Hello everyone, I'm Teacher Wilson, and in this video we're going to talk about how to solve problems related to combined and joint variation. Okay, so first problem, let's say y varies directly as x and inversely as z. When x is equal to 3 and z is equal to 2, y is equal to -6. Find y when x is equal to 10 and z is equal to -5. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to, of course, understand the problem. So, kailangan ay alam natin kung ano yung hinahanap doon sa problem. And then, after analysis, we need to forget about the last sentence of the problem. Okay, so this one, which is weird because it contains the main objective of this problem, which is finding y when x is 10 and z is equal to -5. But remember, we can only solve this if we have the constant of variation and consequently the equation of variation with the known value of constant of variation. But we still don't know them. So hindi pa natin alam kung ano si k and hindi pa natin alam yung constant of variation. So we can just simply, yan, pwedeng i-cover muna natin siya. And then we can focus muna doon sa ibang information na binigay sa atin dito sa problem. Okay? So here are the things that we're going to do. Find k. After that, we need to write the equation of variation. Then lastly, when we have the equation of variation, we will solve the main problem. Okay, so y varies directly as x and inversely as z. So we can write that into a form of equation. Y is equal to k. And then we can imagine that there is a fraction bar here. So since y varies directly as x, so in direct variation, x is being multiplied to k, right? Or it is in the numerator. Now, since y varies inversely as z, so in inverse variation, the variable is in the denominator. So we will put z here. So this is the form of equation that we're going to use. And this is the equation that we're going to use to find the k. So according to our problem, when x is 3 and z is 2, y is equal to -6. So we're going to substitute those values in our equation. Okay. So after doing this, fractions are scary, right? So we need to find a way to get rid of the denominator on the right side of the equation. So to do that, we need to multiply both sides of the equation by 2. And then on the left side of the equation, we will have -12. And then we can now cancel the number 2's here. And what will remain is k times 3. Next, we can divide both sides of the equation by 3 to get rid of the number 3 at the right side of the equation, isolating k. And k is equal to -4. Okay, so we already know the value of the constant of variation. Let's write the equation of variation. So we already know that y is equal to kx over z. So the only thing that we're going to do is to change k to -4. And then we have the equation of variation. And this is the equation that we're going to use to solve for the main problem. So according to the problem, find y, or x is equal to 10 and z is equal to -5. And the objective is to find y. Using the equation of variation. So replace x with 10 and z with -5. Okay, and we have this equation. And then in the numerator, negative 4 times 10 is negative 40. And negative 40 divided by 5, so that is 8. And then this is the answer for our problem. Okay, and by the way, since in this variation, we use both direct and inverse variation, then we can treat this or consider this as a combined variation. Okay, so let's consider another problem. Y varies jointly as n and c. When n is equal to 5 and c is equal to 2, y is equal to 690. Find y when n is equal to 1 over 138 and c is equal to 840. Okay, so again, we can forget about the last sentence here, or cover it if we want to go a little bit extreme. And then we need to find k and the equation of variation. Okay, so according to the problem, y varies jointly as n and c. And something that we need to remember is when y varies jointly with two variables or 2, 3, or kahit ilan pa sila. So what it means is that y varies directly with all of those variables. Okay, so, okay. And then in direct variation, again, the variables are being multiplied to k. So we can put n and c here. Okay, so we have the form of equation. And this is the equation that we're going to use to find k. So we will just substitute the values that we have here. So n is equal to 5. C is equal to 2. Which makes y equal to 690. Okay, so we can multiply 5 and 2, resulting to 10. And dividing both sides by 10 to isolate k, we will get k is equal to 69. And that is the constant of variation. Now, again, to write the equation of variation, we will simply use the form that we have formed in the beginning. The only thing that we're going to change is k. And this is the equation of variation, which we will use to find the value of y with these values of n and c. So substituting the given values for n and c, we will have this equation. And then 69 times 1 over 138. So, di ba pag nagmo-multiply tayo ng number with a fraction, so we can treat the number or the whole number as a fraction. So, 69 is equal to 69 over 1. And then multiply the numerators. So, 69 times 1 is 69. 1 times 138 is 138. And then we will have this expression. Okay, so we can simplify this fraction. So hanapin natin yung common factor nila. So you can check, but both of them can be divided to 69. So 69 divided by 69 is 1. And 138 divided by 69 is 2. So the simplest form of this fraction is 1/2. And if we want to multiply that to 840, again, we can treat 840 as 840 over 1. And multiplying the numerators and the denominators, dito natin sulat, we will have y is equal to 840 over 2. And dividing those numbers, we will get y is equal to 420. And that is the answer for this problem.